Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to your neighborhood love dealer. This is New Nix, and today we're having tea. So, in case you've had way too much coffee in the last few days, let's calm down with some tea, even some hot water. You don't really need anything in it, just something hot to move the gases around for those who might have had gas. The last moon of this month is going to be a Leo moon. It's called a snow moon, so the temperature is going to drop. I know last week we were like almost towards springtime weather, but that's the tricky thing about February and March. It's up and downish. It's like a really karmic time. Throw some Adderall in the air. Yay. I don't mean that, of course. Good morning to Leoden. And that reminded me of the name that I was trying to come up with. Lionel. When I say Lionel, it makes me think of a man with a mane. Um, Dreadlocks maybe, or just a man that is very proud and boastful. So he's like, even if he doesn't have a head of hair, he still carries it as though he does have a head of hair. Okay. um right now all I'm getting is very, 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 very boastful. See, I got a carrot orange for some reason. The last time I got them, they were smaller than this. My hand wasn't that much open, but this time it's like this two times the size. So something's two times the size. That's for somebody. What else we got? There is somebody who is going through an awakening, and I do have to give them restoration frequencies if they haven't already been receiving it in their feed. And this is how they're going to know it's them, because they're starting to see frequency numbers. They're starting to communicate more through synchronicities and numbers. They're the ones that are actually paying attention to the number patterns. For those who are actually receiving those in their feed, your current journey frequency needs to you can use hertz 432, 528, 174, and 741. I repeat, you can use frequency 432, 528, 174, and 741. Those are restoration frequencies. You could listen to it along with affirmations. You can also give yourself your own affirmations. You could listen to it. You need to drink more water. You need to get more rest. You need to also journal the things that happen in the unconscious, uh, things that you're not saying out loud, but you that it's alarming to you. It's a word, it's something, it's a sentence, it's a phrase, it's a something. You need to be journaling that down. But you definitely need to be listening to your frequencies and giving yourself some time. Forgive yourself, let all the past go away, especially if you're no longer engaging with it. Try to now begin the separation process, and where you just get away from the toxic things in your environment. It does not matter what it is. If you think using colored washcloths is toxic, just do it, because right now you need your nerves to regulate, and this is what the frequencies is going to assist in, and the beginning of the process. Now, the separation process doesn't always have to be a band-aid, because everybody is not ready for this type of journey. Okay, so be gentle and fragile with yourself and ease yourself out of it. You know what you need, you know what you don't need. You also know what upsets you, what cues you to feel a certain way. You know that thing that makes you go, yeah, that part. Pay attention to that part. Good morning. Thank you. Pay attention to that part, and happy birthday and congratulations to those who know what part of the journey that they're on. It's not easy to be this woke. Okay. So you're going to see things that you will never unsee. You're going to feel things that you will never unfeel. you're going to be, awakened to some things around you that maybe you haven't been paying attention to. It's going to become more evident. You're going to start seeing synchronicities. You're going to start seeing things in a repetitive motion, and you're going to start recognizing patterns. Be easy, take it easy with yourself. It is not for you to start trying to figure everything out right now. It's just for you to notice. Right now, you're observing. So be gentle with yourself along your journey. Remember to meditate, take periods of walks. Ground yourself. Grounding could be anything as far as just like going outside, staring out of the window, taking a walk, deep breathing exercises. Exercising is always great because it can get you in a zone if you're good at it. Okay. So, you know, um, practice makes perfect. It doesn't happen at the first time, but if you can get it into a routine, it'll definitely help you in more ways than one. A lot of times people are thinking that exercise is just about weight loss. No, exercise is about brain training. You're training yourself to not only take a position that is best suited for your body so that you don't overexert and hurt yourself, but also you're retraining your muscle memory. And that all has to do with the brain. Just like I was mentioning the other day about small scales up to big scales. There's always a small controlled model toward the big scale. You understand? And I don't know why I'm getting this picture. It's like although a lot of us think of as our body as the big mass of things. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out. Someone does not want me to get this one out. Even though we think of our body as the big mass of things, it's really our brain and our heart that work in synchronicity, and they're like the best iPhone, computer, web ever, right? In our body, those are the transmitters that's the little stuff that's inside the computer. If you've ever been inside of an electronic, you see that there are things melded in to the transformer boards, and you see all that silver and those different colored things. Well, I used to be one of those kids that used to be in there trying to figure out what it was. But if you think about your body has neurotransmitters all over the place. This is why you have, nerves in your fingertips, your toes. That's why you need all five toes and they're separate because they all have different wires running through them. And your body experiences things. And this is why people say we're like, all celestial beings having a human experience. And the less you're aware of that, the more you're just a bot. Okay, so when you come into awareness of it, you'll recognize the fact that your body isn't the big thing. It's actually small beans to a bigger program. So your brain is being programmed by the things that are happening to your body. So don't let this go over your head. Take your time with that. I'll leave that where that is. Your brain is constantly being programmed by your body. So the experiences that you have are being stored in the mainframe here, the chip that is here. This whole thing is a unit, okay? And it matters a lot more than your body, honestly. And this is why you need to take care of that in order to take care of your body. So with that being said, let me take a sip of tea. No, this is not get out. Although it begs to think, a lot of times when I'm talking, I'm not aware of how much information is actually coming out sometimes until I go back and I'm like, hold up. That could have gone a lot of different ways if I would have just taken that turn at Albuquerque. But that also leads me to appreciate my candidness because I can always go back and be like, hey, there's something in that, and I can go into that and dissect that because there's always something leading to something. And guess what? I'm not the only one. It's just that you haven't paid attention. That's why it's called being self-aware. And that's why it's good to have fun with research. It's good to learn to like learning because that's going to be the way that you survive in life. When you see a bird, every time you see that bird has no real inclination to care about you. The bird is in constant learning, it's in constant survival, but it's in constant learning because it's already where it's supposed to be. It's already getting the trees, it's already getting the sky. It's right now, it's just learning the best way to do that and do that every day and still chirp. So, unless the bird is coming to steal your food or like flying low in traffic, the bird pays you no attention and they stay in their lane. And this happens for most species. However, when it comes to us, we have this dynamic to where we have the free will, and we use the free will to do all sorts of wonderful things, and we use them to do other things as well. So be mindful of your animal instincts. And is the animal as foolish as you think now, being as though they kind of stay on program no matter what? No matter if somebody comes and pushes their house down and chops down their tree or cements over their home, they adapt. And sometimes they end up adapting into your backyard or your trash because they've been pushed, and they naturally have to take up some space because they're here. They're here for a reason. So be mindful of people that are here for a reason. Some of us actually matter to the ecosystem. We do. We matter to the world. It If we should become disheveled, it'll create like a hole in the whole blanket of the world. And it's not just a tiny one person, it's a lot of good people. It's just that you don't know them, not personally. And if you've ever been in proximity to one, think about it. What have you done to add or make peace or get out of the way of this person's life? And why should you have been the one to deter that person? And the same could go for that person to you. If you consider yourself important to the ecosystem and you are a valuable part of this world, you really wouldn't want to take away from the collective because it's all part of the program. You wouldn't want to be the part of the glitch now, would you? Now, some people don't care. They're upset, and misery likes company. They're like, life is burning, burn them too. But no, 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 no. We've got a thing like exit programs and delete. And we get rid of those nowadays. We've got programs for that. It's just like it's likened to a laxative. You feel like it's something in there that you'd want to get out, you get it out. You know what I'm saying? You purge it, you get it out. So delete systems, reprogramming, you hire another firm, that sort of thing. So yeah. Boy, this tea is good. So with that being said, I'm trying to give you as much information without letting the karmics get in, because they always trying to push their way into something and they don't like it. They just want to destroy it. And that's just So yes, let's do Psalms 87 and let's get into our Tuesday tarot, because I know we've got things to do. Yesterday, the kids had to stay home for virtual learning, so I know you're happy to get back into your program. His foundation is in the holy mountains. The Lord loveth the gates of Zion more than all the dwellings of Jacob. Glorious things are spoken of thee, O city of God, Selah. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre and of Ethiopia, this man was born there. And of Zion it shall be said, this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. The Lord shall count when he writeth up the people, that this man was born there. Selah. As well the singers as the players on instruments shall be there. All my springs are in thee. Let's roll that around for a second. Always a living word. But yeah, So his foundation is on high. He loveth the boundaries. He loveth the rules. He loveth the laws. For the laws keep him and the city safe. It keeps everything in the city safe. The laws do protect him and the city. It also calls in your mate. So someone's going by reputation. I will make mention of Rahab in Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. This man was born there. So somebody's from around the way, and they know war. They got them hands. They know war. They have experience. This man was born there. I didn't even mean to get the message from the Bible, but the Bible gave me the message. I will make mention of Rahab and Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre with Ethiopia. So you have a group. There's a group of men. We're going to say they're African American because Rahab and Babylon, this is what we call metropolises in inner cities. So it doesn't have to necessarily be black men, but they can be men of color. They can be Arab. They can be Asian. They can be Iranian. Yeah, they can be Ethiopian. Definitely Ethiopian. So there are men of mixed cultures. One or two cultures. Most people do not understand that they are a combination of at least two or three different cultures by way of this spiritual nature, by way of marriage, by way of crisscross and genealogy. A lot of us don't come from one direction because everybody has mixed together. And this was the intermingling. And a lot of people didn't understand why certain people were put with certain people, why you would have a high person with a low person. That was the spiritual warfare because we've always known from the time beginning we were supposed to always wait to be equally yoked. We were supposed to seek to be equally yoked. We were not supposed to stay in situations where we found out we were not equally yoked. We were supposed to leave those places. We were not supposed to yoke that person up to our level. That's why things are off balance. The karmics have mixed in with the others, I'll say the collective, so much so that it's very hard to decipher what's a karmic and what's not. And because they've mixed up, the kids are mixed up as well. So right now the balance is the right now the balance is we need to find out who's the karmic and who's collective, who's trying to be together in this world, who's not trying to just tear it apart for their benefit. So this is what we're talking about when the intermingling happens. This is why, and it's not saying that a poor person can't be with a person that's getting it together, as long as those people have alignment and alignment to the max. Someone gets what I'm saying. I'm trying to get it out, but these karmics be karming and yeah. So yeah, there's a person that was raised in such a way that he feels as though God would not forgive him, but he has not forgiven himself and he has not turned back away from the deeds that would keep him out of alignment. I would believe pride plays a part in it because some people have been doing things for so long. Oh my gosh, karma, the 8. Some people have been doing things for so long that they've become very desensitized to the fact that it is indeed wrong, even though it might have had some positive results at points in time and it might have gotten some good things done. That person still has not reached wish fulfillment. They still haven't reached a nirvana. They haven't reached a point of satisfaction, of peace. So to continuously keep doing something and to keep having the same results while seeking different is insanity, just as well as having knowledge without action is imposed insanity. Because why aren't you doing it when you know better, you know? And this is why action without knowledge is dumb. So when I'm reading this passage here, I will make mention of Raha Babylon to them that know me. Behold, Philistia and Tyre and Ethiopia, this man was born here. There's people, you were born in a state. You were born in a place. You were born into a family. You were born into some friends. And as you grew, something became evident at some point in time that you didn't need to be there. However, you stayed. And the longer you stayed, the more karmic debt you did accrue. But it's not to say that it is a lost cause. It's just that you have to get to the point where you understand that up until now, things have been done out of order. And it is time for you to get back into alignment. This is not a rough acceptance. This is a gentle push for you to be aware of where you are in life. And a lot of us did things as young people that we got comfortable with, because not that it worked really well, it's just that it didn't not fail. And that doesn't mean that it worked. It means that you just keep doing it again and you're not getting better results and you're not improving. So as you get older and you begin to ascend, awareness becomes essential, because you are a fool once you hit a certain point. And you cannot, there's really no excuse after a certain age in your 20s. But people hold on to ignorance and they make excuses and they hold on to the past and they hold on to past hurts. But when you reach a certain age, those things are no longer excuses, no matter how traumatizing. You need to take the time to unpack. You need to take the time to yourself. You need to become aware at some point, because if you don't become aware, someone else will be aware for you, and that could go very, very wrong. Like I said, there are some people in the world that are put here for the sheer purpose of making sure you're not yoked, making sure things are torn apart at all given times. Because these people have not received peace or a point of satisfaction in their life, they're hard pressed to not see you achieve that. And it looks different for everybody. And if a person is brought up in generations of the same thing, they think you are not normal. They think you are crazy. They think something's wrong with you. Um, they will speak the same things that you speak. However, you will be the one chastised and they won't, because kill, steal, and destroy is their assignment. Their assignment is that. And for some reason, when they're on a lower frequency, they're more susceptible to that. They're more susceptible to whatever signal or beacon is set up to happen for them to go into auto mode. That's what I was talking about when you see a person do that. You don't know what's going on there. It might be spiritual. They might have got an itch. Something happened. But most times, that's a signal that somebody either being called to do good or bad. And in that moment, they need to choose. Unfortunately, a lot of people are so autopilot in the things that they've been doing, they don't even pay attention to the element of good or bad. They just pay attention to do or don't. And it's good to be a doer, but have you ever seen that Mark Wahlberg movie where they basically went in and kidnapped that rich guy, and they were going to hold him ransom until they dried out everything and made him uh desolate on the street. And then things started happening because they were doing illegal things. And no matter how they tried to spin everything, no matter how, I mean, these guys went very, very far. It was three guys, and dang, I just said three guys. It was three guys, and they were in the gym, and they got this grand scheme idea where they were going to set up this rich guy and steal his identity and do all these things, right? So I think that's relevant to this story because they always jump off when I get close. Yeah, so that's what that is. And of Zion it shall be said that this and that man was born in her, and the highest himself shall establish her. So it's like I don't even have to take out the tarot cards today. It's almost like that. Okay, so this is saying, and of Zion it shall be said that this and that man was born in her. So somebody's probably lying about some type of intercourse or interaction with a her or something a business, something abundant. So someone's trying to position themselves in her, but there's no one that's going to get her per se, but the highest himself. Only the highest himself shall establish her. So she's basically set on high, set on a pedestal, and she needs to sit there because she needs to be equally yoked. She cannot be with this and that, basically, and Tom, Dick, and Harry. She cannot be with them. It does not matter if they like her. It does not matter if they adore her. It does not matter. She has to wait for the right person, the person that yokes. If you can take ownership of everybody that you like, then what good is that? That's not precious at all. That's why it's one person and one person. Other people's property. I don't know why OPP Naughty by Nature just came up. Naughty by Nature. Really? Tretch? Somebody's treacherous. Dark skin. Talented. Hmm. Older. Right. After you hit a certain age, you know, it's imperative that you start to equally yoke yourself amongst life and align yourself because you look foolish after a while and there's no excuse, and then people have to let you be. And I think this is why we have a lot of people in the homeless population. After a certain point in your life, people can no longer extend their hand to you because it becomes, you start spreading your karmic debt around to other people when they keep attempting to help you, when you don't attempt to help yourself, when you don't try to elevate yourself, because a person can keep putting their hand out, but this is the thing, they'll end up getting the leprosy or anything, whatever you got on you. They'll get your karmic debt. They'll get your sickness. They'll get your bed bugs if they keep coming into contact with you and they don't avoid bad situations. You lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas, right? So this was saying this and that man was born in her, not, and the highest himself shall establish her. So, regardless of whatever happened in her past, it's only she's supposed to be waiting for, not waiting, I should not say that word because we have some people who misinterpret things because it gives them excuse to be lazy or to not be active in their own life. So, I don't like to say wait. Um, the highest himself shall establish her. So she'll know because that'll be the person that is the highest of value to her. That doesn't mean, excuse me, the richest in the world. That doesn't mean, excuse me, the person with the most likes, the most followers. That means this is the highest alignment you can get. We think, we act, we know on certain levels how to interconnect and interact with each other interchangeably. I'll wake up and he's already cooking breakfast, or she's already, fix some things up or organize or set up for the day, and nobody has to really say a word. They just kind of orbit around each other naturally and still a kiss or a hug or something, and eventually in the quiet nights they get to talk, and they meet up every night and they reason because they know each other. They know the swirl of their finger patterns. They know the curve of the hip. They know when that neck is held to such a degree, it's actually curiosity. It's not irritability. You understand? So this is what we mean by the highest himself. You'll know when you're with the highest himself because it'll feel lovely but boring, logical but sweet. There's been a call for way too much excitement, too many endorphins released, too much hormones, too much. That pounding, pounding, always wanting to fight, argue. I want makeup sex. Why'd you break up? You understand? Like romanticizing the toxic has gotten us way too far off of the topic. There you go. So that part, the Lord shall count when he, oh boy, the Lord shall count when he writeth up the people that this man was born there, Selah, as well the singers as the players on instruments shall be there, and all my springs are in thee. So there's a lot of talent in Babylon. And this man was born there. It's a lot of natural talent in the place where I am. However, a lot of it doesn't get extracted or noted until the person comes out of it. And if you try to do things into it, they won't let you out because it's like crabs in a burrow. They won't let you out. If you sit in it, eventually they'll suck you back in. And this is why most people, when they reach a certain point in life, they have to leave. They have to leave because you're never a hero in your hometown. And even if they say you're a hero, they'll do their damnness to tear you down and you'll be just like them. You'll move lateral. They won't let you move up. And I know someone needs to hear this. Yeah, definitely. So some people try to count you out, but they don't even count. There you go. Some people tried to count you out, but they don't even count. They're not in the count. They can't count. Wow. My apologies to someone who actually can't really count and read. If there is somebody in my energy who did not take their studies very easily. So there goes that bigger fish to fry. Somebody has bigger fish to fry than to run around being miserable. And I don't care if you are beyond the age of 60 or 70. Reading and writing is fundamental and therapeutic. And even if you don't do it for education at this point in your life, do it for yourself, do it for enjoyment, do it for understanding, do it for awareness. You don't have to tell everybody, you don't have to put it on a billboard. Get some classes secretly, start sneaking to the library, whisper in the lady's ear, look, I can't read, help me out, little bits at a time. Don't let your pride stop you from connecting with the rest of the world. You've already let it get you this far, and kudos to you if you've been able to survive and make a living in anything without knowing the max amount, but definitely do yourself a favor and pick something up. It's not necessary for me to know other languages, but I think it's vital to try to learn as much as possible so that you're not always laid down by the wayside. And if no one's talking to you, guess what? You have so many things to think about and process and put together, right? So give yourself something to look forward to. It doesn't always have to be on the outside of yourself. It could also be you. Sometimes I'm rushing back so that I can get back to be by myself. I don't want people in my space when I'm ready to do things, like when I have to practice on my guitar, when I have to read a few things, when I'm writing my notes. I love that, especially when I come up with something and I'm like, hold up, I gotta hurry up. You should see me. Sometimes I'm running because I got something on my mind and I have to hurry and write it down before I forget. And it helps, So definitely You don't have to tell everybody that you don't know. Just go to the library, and those girls there, a lot of them have come from that same journey. A lot of jobs you wouldn't even believe, from the aptitude test and things of that nature. All that stuff's in your record. There's somewhere in a dark room, somewhere in a really dusty dark room, who puts all these records together, and they're wonderful. I guess one day I'll be that. They'll put me in some place where I can go over all the records and see all the people and be like, oh, this person belongs in this pile and that person. Because I think I'm like a sorting hat. I am definitely like the sorting hat in Harry Potter. It's like I can definitely look at you and say, oh, this person, they can go over there. And I'm always well wishing, even if I'm like, because I used to say it when, oh gosh, now I'm remembering. One day I seen a guy, he was so dirty. He was dirty and he kept his hands clean. I was like, oh, he looks like he'll be a serial killer later on in life. Real talk. We don't know. I hope he wasn't successful in it, but like I said, it's like I'll look and I'll be like, hey, those are the characteristics of so and so and so and so. Oh, okay. But I think it's because I went into mental health studies very, very early. I was like, my mom used to take me all over the place to DDA facilities, mental facilities. She used to watch her clients and stuff like that. So I learned early on to just look, observe, and like think about what I was looking at. So when I got my job working in a DDA facility, and I began to deal with the different levels of DDA, and then I ended up with in the crisscross of DDA slash forensic. Then it got a little, and that's when we came across Billy Bob Thornton in Sling Blade. And if you know, you know, Billy Bob Thornton played that part to the hilt. It was seamless. I do not know where Billy Bob began or where Sling Blade ended. It was a seamless performance. But the big thing that stood out to me is that regardless of how pure his heart was, there was still some kind of evident trauma in him that gave him a penchant for violence. And it made him think about it in the simplest context. Did that make him outright a bad person? No, but it did kind of disconnect him from deeds that we would deem heinous. Okay? So when if you've ever spent time in those environments, you can understand how duality plays a lot in those situations. A person could actively be in manic mode, but in the same breath, crying out for help in crisis. So, this is why I operate in such a manner because I've had extensive experience around these peers. So, a lot of times when I'm looking at a person, you don't know my inside experience. You do not know the type of work I've done for years. So I am going to take my time communicating with most people because I've seen four different modes of people. I've seen so-called normal people. I've seen people that are in the DDA category. I've also seen people who are in the DDA slash forensic category. And I've also seen people in the forensic heinous category. So although I don't mean to do it, I'm actively eliminating the categories when I interact because I've seen it. And I've also seen some of these same people who I've seen medicated to the hilt get out and try to remain or retain normal behaviors, all while I'm also seeing the things that I've seen in the facility underlying underneath. So My mind isn't computing you the way you are computing you due to experiences. And this is why it's very, 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 very important for you to either know a person or don't. Because when you create narratives not knowing the situation, you could be making a bad situation for yourself. And you're thinking that you're making a bad situation for someone else. But yeah, yeah, there's two sides. You know what I'm saying? There's a double-edged sword. So be mindful of trying to of being too overinflated in your own value and your own knowledge that you neglect someone else's experiences and knowledges, because they might have more experience and more extensive experiences than you, might have had more extreme experiences than you. And everybody don't is not running around shouting out a whole resume of what's going on or what's inside of them. You understand? Just because you're out on full display all the time does not mean that everything about you is out on full display, not unless I talk to you personally. But like I said, people have to be mindful. Do never take more value in your own information than you have for the next person, because you've already unconsciously created a barrier. You're already going to be flippant about whatever they say because you've already gave yourself more value than you gave them, not even knowing what value they had. You assumed, right? In the first three letters, ASS. There we have it. Okay, so let's get into this tarot so I can get out. Get out. Ace of Wands, Knight of Swords at the bottom. So we got Capricorn, Aquarius. So we're going to start with Aquarius. New project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, growth. Ambitious, action oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs. Okay, this is right in line with the Bible. Someone is actually trying to ascend, they're trying to create, they're trying to get the willpower. Yeah, potential beginnings and new opportunities. So somebody is definitely trying to do this thing called life, and they're defending their beliefs. Okay, honestly, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for everything. So yes, if you have a belief and you don't stand 10 toes down, somebody will be able to push you away. Pioneering, leading, alpha, dominance, ambitious, originality. We've got the one, and then we just got the one. Cause I'm the one. Bitch, I'm the one. Ooh, I love me some Tokyo. Yeah. Cause I'm the one. Yeah. So somebody's got a bit of wisdom here. And yeah, it's time to step out. It's time to step into the darkness. Yeah, so when I say that, this person has a lot of light. They step into the darkness, the people are going to scatter like roaches because they never seen you show up like this before in your life. People were coming toward you because you were stepping out without your light, so they were crowding you. Now that you've actually decided to pick up your light, they're going to be scattering like roaches. You're not going to understand why the friends you had are going to be looking at you sideways. They're not going to be ready to accept this new you, because the new you means that they have to be a new them. So be prepared as the separation process begins. Okay. All right, step up, Aquarius. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You're the neighborhood love dealer. This is New Nix having tea with you. Page of Wands and the opportunities. We got a 10. Oh my gosh, we got 17, which makes an 8. Karma. I've been belching. Sorry. Okay, so we got I got ginger, I got lemon, I got cinnamon, I got honey in here. My little journal book was sliding. Okay, so Page of Wands, the answer is yes. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, excitement, and freedom. Okay, so now we've got maybe, that's the seven. Opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. That's Scorpio energy. We are in Aquarius. So we've got a Scorpio, Aquarius, going, fire, earth, fire, earth. So we've got fire, earth, and air out here. Out here. Out here. No, 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 no fire, air, and earth. Fire, earth, and water. That's what it is. That's why we're so hard on the ground. We getting it out the mud today, baby. We getting out the mud today. That's what that eight is. So it's a maybe in a Scorpio, opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, search for purpose, daydreaming. Regaining or losing control. So someone is either trying to regain or they have already lost control and they're trying to master their choices. There's responsibility, there's myth, and there's secrets. The thing about myth. When we hear the word myth, we think of stories and we think of theories and we think of Greeks, right? We think of Greeks. For some reason, we think of Greeks. That's the Romans and them, right? But when I think of myth, and I broke down the word myth because myth was the forward thinking study. It's a forward thinking study, which means it's an advanced study. So myth and secret. So someone's studying something secret. Someone's studying something in secret. Something that's proposed as a myth is really forward thinking. It's thinking out of the box. It's out of the box thinking. It's unorthodox thinking. And this is how this person is trying to do with this opportunity, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. Yeah, this is what that is. That's the myth is out of the box thinking. So regaining and losing control, mastery, choices, responsibility, myths, secrets. It's a seven. Completion, coming to a completion. Somebody's about to get wish fulfillment, but it looks like a burden to me. Now, this is Sagittarius energy. I don't know if it's a Sagittarius in your energy. It's Scorpio Sagittarius. It's somebody who's passionate, somebody who just likes, they might just really just come out of their mouth wrong, but they haven't thought about it yet. Okay, so that's the Sagittarius. That's the 10 of Wands. Burden, extra responsibility, hard work, completion. Yeah. So somebody is completely burdened. It's coming to this point. The result is burden. Excuse me. I am belching. Don't be upset. It's the truth. Don't come if you don't want to hear the truth. I can't tell them. I don't even know who you are. So you're here. It's the truth. Ultimate completion, final manifestation, result of true will, recognition, continuation, realization, endings. Yes, the answer is no. So someone's got to pick up all these wands and carry them. That is the burden. They have to figure it out. You have to get into alignment. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but it's going to be. Okay. It is. It is, to be or not to be, it is you. Okay, so yeah. So we've got the 8, and that's the Aquarius. So I don't know if it has to do with Aquarius season, somebody with Aquarius in a chart, or this is a cross watcher or something like that. But we have Scorpio and Sagittarius out here. Fire, earth, and water. Definitely that's brick and mortar. That's mortar. When you do fire, earth, and water, that's like bricks. Bricks. I don't like bricks. 15 licks. All like bricks. Somebody's got a bill. I hope it ain't for bricks. Somebody's got a bill though. Yeah. It's a burden, extra responsibility, hard work. You better get out there and hit them streets. I don't know what you gotta do. I don't know what you gotta do, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. Anyway, hi. Pisces, they're here. Happy birthday to the Pisces that are Piscean. The North nodes only. The South nodes. Go on, take a seat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy birthday and congratulations to those who have new things. For those who are getting away from old things, congratulations, because your freedom is not free. It costs a lot to be free. It does. Okie dokie. Get it right around to you. So now, right now we're in Pisces. Actually, we're in the cusper zone. Today is the 24th, so this is the last day for the cuspers. I'm going to say from the 18th to the 24th, that is the cusp zone. That's when you start to take on All the signs. Now, if you're in your north node, you're going to be taken from the planets up. If you're in your south node, you're going to be taken from the planets down. There you go. There's your answer for that. Pisces, what's going on with you, my dear? Pull up. All right, we are in reverse, and I don't even do my cards in reverse. Okay. Good, because I was like getting concerned. Celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. This Aries energy, from completeness, foundations, progress, power, stability. So far, this card looks good, but it's by itself. It's a four. It's foundations. You know what I say about the foundation? That is the root. That is the root. That is childhood memories. That is foundational. That is family. That is things that make you feel stable. It is a yes, and it's Aries energy. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've got the third party, Three of Pentacles, teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building something. Then we've got the Knight of Wands coming out here. So we've got Aries energy, Capricorn energy, and we've got Cancer, Leo. Cancer and Leo. Cancer, Leo's been hanging out a lot. And those two together aren't always a good combination. So let's see what's happening. Celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming, teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building something, energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. Okay, so right now I'm seeing someone's getting their house in order, and there's a third party that they're trying to they're either trying to build something with, they're trying to set something up, they're having a meeting. There's a meeting going on. And they're passionate, and it's very impulsive. Whatever this decision is impulsive. It's leading toward the Cancer and the Leo, who are going to make the impulsive decision or do the damn impulsive thing. Whatever it is, that's the person that's going to carry it out. The Capricorn is basically in the meeting. There's an Aries who's trying to celebrate. They're going to stay in the home. This is the Aries energy. They're supposed to be the foundation. They're the starting point. I guess they're the boss of this whole organization. And they had the meeting, and that's a 7. Okay, that's a 7. It's going to stay a 7. So something's about to happen. Something's about to play out. So be mindful. Be observant. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a sorry. Yeah, there's something about to happen, so be alert. It's something about foundation in a meeting, and there's going to be one person who's going to do some impulsive. I don't know if they're going to be talking. I don't know if they're going to be the one doing something. It's something about this person. They don't look too bright either. They look bright, but they don't look bright. You know what I'm saying? They look like not the brightest crayon. They're on a brown horse, and their robes look tattered. So maybe I'm not picking, I don't know if I'm picking this up right. So somebody sending somebody raggedy somewhere to do something, or they're supposed to appear, they're supposed to be disarming. Whatever this is supposed to be disarming because it's a knight with tattered robe. He does not have a sword, he has a wand in his hand. So some raggedy man trying to offer somebody love, somebody sending somebody to offer somebody love. Are they sending them in disguise? What is this? Celebration, joy, merge, teamwork, energy, impulsiveness. I don't think this. It's a yes, 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 right? But why I feel no, no, no. Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, and Leo. Air, fire, fire, earth, air, fire. It's a lot of passion out here, but I don't think this is good. It don't look good to me. It don't feel good to me. But I could be wrong. So let me sit. Two ways this could go. Somebody wants to get married, or they want a relationship. They want something. They go meet up with some people, I guess, to get advice or to tell them what they plan on doing. And depending on how I just looked at this, either this person is going to pretend they poor and broke when they go to make a love offer, or they're going to make a love offer before they're on their P's and Q's, and it might not go well. Take it as it resonates. This is Pisces. So it's a Pisces man who's probably going to show up on somebody's doorstep impulsively, offering them this wand and these raggedy clothes. For some reason, I don't feel like this person is on his north node. I feel like he's acting. Acting. Somebody is pretending to be in their north node when they're in their south node. This is why this is impulsive. This person ain't no equally yoked. They coming to play games in somebody's face. Ah, oh, hell no. All right, Pisces, that was you. Be on your P's and Q's. Pay attention, because there's smoke and mirrors right now. And just because a person offers you something doesn't mean that you have to accept it. That is also part of our lessons. Sometimes God just wants us to say no. He sent us things to see if we're going to say no. Because if you can't never say no to something, you're going to end up in something, okay? So take this as it resonates, Pisces. Be on your P's and Q's. Just because somebody offers you something does not mean that you should take it. Okay, getting to Aries. Why they do that? My tea is getting cold. I don't like cold tea, especially when it got ginger in it. Fast moving. Something's moving fast, fast, fast. For no reason. There go that impulsiveness. And my cards won't mix. Okay. Excuse me. My cards won't mix. Something not going well this morning. Okay, Aries, let's do it. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill, development, ambition, desire, diligence, betrayal, deception, getting away with something, actual, acting strategically, trickery, mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. Okay, we got an 8. We got an 8 in Aries. And here goes this Aquarius again. So here go the strategics. All right, karmics. I'm going to get out my reading. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. Betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery. Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. Okay, so a lot of times surgery means this is precise cutting, precise incision, precise insertion. Very precise. So someone's in manifestation of a financial opportunity. They're going to need skill development, and then going to have ambition and desire and diligence, due diligence. They're going to do all in their power to make these things happen. Now, there's a no here for an Aquarius with the betrayal, deception, getting away with something, acting strategically, and trickery. Yes, the card after that lends to the fact that they're not getting away with a damn thing because there's mental clarity right there. So this no, regaining or losing control, mastery, choices, responsibility, forward thinking, secret. So somebody is supposed to be a smart thief. They're supposed to be good at what they do. They're good at stealing, but why can't they just go steal a job? But anyway, so this is Ace of Swords is the mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. All right. So while this person is definitely trying to get away with something and trying to steal and try not to be seen, there are eyes that are on them and there's mental clarity and there's like it's going to be a conflict. A new conflict is coming because of the trickery. It's going to bring about a problem that somebody was not trying to be seen. There's always somebody watching, okay? If not the person, is somebody that's actually really close to it, that's actually about to cut their way out of it, and they're about to precisely fix whatever this is. So somebody's got a bright idea, and the trickster is hopefully the trickster and the bright idea person aren't one and the same. But to me, it looks like somebody's looking at that. Somebody has their eye on the trickster and they're waiting for the precise moment to strike. And suddenly they do strike. The arrow strike. So you see these last two cards, right? It's like almost like waiting. You see it? I'm looking at the little white things around the hand. It's like waiting to go. And usually you got to wait for the precise moment so that you could do a clean cut. Because that's what surgery is. It's a clean cut. So, yeah. Aries, there's an Aquarius or Aquarius in your chart. Aquarius season, which we're coming out of, but there either it's Aquarius cross watch or something for the Aries, or there's Aries and Aquarius in your chart. There's something about to happen, and it's going to be very precise. It's going to be no room, no margin for error when this happens. It's going to be surgical. But whatever this trickster energy is, maybe they're tricking you into cutting yourself off, but it's going to be a swift cut. It's going to be precise. Ain't nothing that shouldn't be left there going to be left. Almost like circumcision. I don't know why I thought of that word. It's almost like circumcision. Okay, let's get on from Aries. We're going into Taurus. How are you, bullies? Good morning to my bullies. Good morning. Hello. All right, let's go. Let's go. Congratulations to those who are having birthdays and babies and graduations coming up. Yeah, congratulations to you all. Taurus. Challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Judgment is here. All right. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, mercy. Preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansions, overseas opportunities. So, excuse me. Ooh, we got the numbers. We got 30 on the board, so there's 3. So you got to get creative, Taurus. Whatever it is, you got to create your own opportunities. It is on you from here on out to keep it pushing. So the challenge is the competition, the protection, the perseverance, defense, and maintaining control. So what you didn't do was maintain control. It became a challenge for you as the competition mounted, and your protection, something going on with your protection. I don't know if it's your spiritual protection or your physical protection, but there's something here with protection and your defense mechanisms in maintaining control. I don't know how you're going to maintain control, but you need to think about that. Regaining a losing control, mastery, choices, responsibilities, myths, and secret. That's that seven of swords. That's really cold. Okay. No, seven of wands. I'm sorry. Seven of wands. That's really, yeah. Yeah, that's raw. So whatever happened, now you have to defend yourself. Whatever you put yourself in, you have to defend yourself against it. And we got big Leo energy, so there's a lot of bravado around. There's a lot of bravado. There's a lot of illumination. There's a lot of fire and passion around this situation. Judgment, rebirth, and a calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. So looks like this Taurus has put themselves in a situation to where they actually need to go through judgment and a rebirth. They actually need to go through an awakening, or at least put down the things that they thought were good before and actually pick up the real good things. I think somebody's getting the call. They're calling you. Okay, two reduces to two. Two is about balancing polarity. Someone is off balance. They're off kilter. They are not equally yoked within themselves. This is why they have not balanced the light and the dark in them. And this is why they are under judgment. They are going to be super defensive as they go through this because apparently they've been a part of some things that they need to be explaining right now. Looks like they need to ask for forgiveness and get atonement because the shit is about to hit the fan. All right, now we have the Three of Wands with preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, overseas opportunity. This person may need to travel or may need to go on a journey, might need to go on an inside journey on themselves and figure out why in the hell would you make that decision or why would you do that? Why would you be a part of that? So this Taurus is under judgment. So we have Taurus, we have Leo, we have Aries again. We have Aries energy in again. Someone is under judgment. And they're under judgment. And they might need to travel away. They may need to go far away. They might need to take a mental journey somewhere else so that they can figure out their life. They need to prepare and they need to get ready for progress and they need to have the foresight to know what's coming. There are consequences for things that you do in life. Yes, you may be good in this moment now, but if you were bad up leading up into this moment now, there are karmic debts that you will have to clear out before you go forward. So take your time and get through it. You will be okay. Depending on the severity of the deeds that you've done, you definitely have to atone. You have to come clean. You have to find a way to apologize or at least right the wrongs that you did so that you're more even in this world. And here are the cards. This was the Seven of Wands. This was the Judgment card. And this is the Three of Wands. Take it how it resonates. Okay, so Taurus, you need to atone. You are under judgment right now. And just know what you did and know what you didn't do and fess up to it. Take the cards that you've been dealt, roll over till you find a soft spot. Amen. Queen of Wands, the Fool. We have Pisces, Aries. That Aries stays out here. The energy of Uranus, courage, confidence, independence, focus, zest for life, determination. New beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, pleasure. Here we go. Here we go again. Karmic number is 0. There is no number on here. This is the Gemini. Right on time. Pulling up. Right on time. All right. She's the Queen of Wands. She's a yes. She's the Fool. She's a yes. Unlimited possibilities. All right, we've got water, fire, Uranus, air. Air trine, I am. Air trine, are you too? Okay, so divine feminine or air trines, I should say. Pretty good with the cuspers as well. This is Pisces. Pisces is the highest because they actually have the feet, but they are the highest in spirituality. They are the soul. That's why they are the feet. And your feet are actually connected so new hardwire to your brain. You have a new idea. How you think you get to walk in that direction, huh? How you think? How you think you turn, huh? How you think? So yeah, Queen of Wands, we're in Gemini right now. We're in the Gemini reading at 109. That's the timestamp for Gemini. Third deacon Pisces, second deacon Aries, and the possibilities are endless. Okay, Queen of Wands, courage, confidence, independence, focus, zest for life, determination, joy, new beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous, optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, and pleasure. You are at a karmic number 0. Thank you, Divine Feminine, for your contribution to this world. Thank you, Divine Masculine, for your contribution to this world. And I'm glad that you are at ground 0 because we've got to build up. We've already tore down. We've tore down our egos. We've tore down the way that we saw things. We tore down the old ways that we used to walk and we used to talk. But now we're at ground 0 and it's time to build up. It's time to build back. Gemini, step up. Gemini, Pisces, Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Cancer energy. Also, we have some Sagittarius and some Scorpios here. Yes, we are going into ascension. Be mindful of your frequency numbers, and your restoration. Your restoration is imperative for this time. And you need to get rest, and you need to give your brain rest. So if you got people around you that are constantly talking, you don't have to tell them shut up. Disengage. Come on, Gemini, step up. Let's go. Woo! She likes the twos. All right, so difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, and deadlock. All right, Gemini, what are you deadlocked in? With the moon. You're deadlocked in the moon. Moon day was yesterday. Today is Tuesday. And we've got the 2. All right. Illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, premonition. So we've got a psych here. Somebody else has got gifts. Somebody's got gifts. Somebody's got the gift. So we've got an 18 plus a 19. What's that? That's 27 plus 2. That's a 29. What's that? That's an 11. That's an 11. That's the master 11. Somebody is ascending. Somebody's also gifted. Somebody does premonitions. They see. They are mysterious. They are intuitive. Definitely. There's a lot of fear and anxiety around these premonitions, though. Let's get it. Difficult decisions, weighing options, avoidance, deadlock, illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety. So we have a South Node Gemini, operating in South Node with the Libra and the Pisces and the Virgo. So someone's shooting blind. Duality, togetherness, the settling of the energy, union, love, and balance. Okay. So this is having blind faith in balance, the moon, the hermit, soul searching, introspection, contemplation, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone, independence, inner guidance, meditation, consciousness. All right, so all the feelings are being felt by said Gemini. I don't know if this is a South Node or a North Node. It might be both. This is a combination, okay, because there are a lot of Geminis. Somebody's done some air farming. They've been farming air signs for some weird reason. Yeah. This is how they cross the energies in the readings. Boy math is I like that one Gemini, so all Geminis are going to be the same. I digress. That's stupid. No. No. So yeah, so we got Libra and Piscean and Virgo energy in this Gemini reading, which actually comes out to an 11, which is a master number of ascension. So we have a master here who's basically sitting in hermit mode because they're watching everything. They're in observance. And this is the advice that I gave earlier in the readings, that someone is going to be in observance. I think it is Aries right now that's sitting down and they're observing these things. They're watching. It's very right to do so. This person is woke. They're tapped in, they see, and they act like they don't see for fear that someone else is going to overthink and underserve, or the vice versa. And this is why the premonitions, and this is why hermit mode. when you can trust in yourself, it makes it hard to trust other people, especially knowing the things that people do. But love is here. It says duality, togetherness, and settling of the energy, union, love, and balance. So maybe someone's actually falling back in love with themselves, because this is what I'm getting. I do not get any relationship energy from this. This is someone actually falling in love with who they are, the details. They're getting back into the details of actually who they are. They've been operating outside of themselves for so long, they forgot that they were good shit. They were fine shit inside. They've been outside of themselves so long that they forgot that they had some really cool things going on internally. So it looks like there's a Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Virgo, something of that nature, cross watcher or not, who's actually remembering that they were actually a pretty dope person before they let someone else convince them that they weren't. And this is what I'm getting. Kudos. I'm going to thank you for returning to yourself. The world needs you to be authentic. Thank you. Um, Definitely. Somebody just remembered that they was that. They remembered that they was that man, they was that woman. Like somebody finally came back to themselves. Somebody actually probably went in the mirror and probably been looking at the mirror all this time and never really paid attention to that brown or never paid attention to that blue or that green. They never paid attention to their skin. They never paid attention to their nose, the bow of their lip. They never paid attention. They never paid attention to the fact that they were okay before they went outside and let the world tear them down. Somebody's coming back to themselves, and kudos to you. I love you, and I hope you love you too. All right, so that's for the Gemini. Definitely somebody needs this. They need to come back to themselves. You can't just give yourself to other people when you don't even have the weight of yourself. You don't know the weight of yourself. You could be giving away a lot of it free because you don't know the weight of yourself. That's like taking a gold bracelet to the pawn shop. And because you don't know how much the pricing of gold is, they come and they tell you, oh, this is just like two pennies weight. And they give you $30. But really, they're going to sell your bracelet for $200 because you did not know how much weight you were owed. You were supposed to get paid for it. You understand what I'm saying? So now that you know the whole value of yourself, you'll be less likely to go out and let people tear it away from you. Maybe you forgot you were the stuff. Maybe you forgot you were that dude. Maybe you forgot you were that chick. I don't know, but I'm glad that you came back to yourself. Hi. Okay, so let's step over to Cancer because Gemini's or the Gemini energy, because it's not always just the Geminis. It's the Gemini energy. It's the love. Take your arms, which are Gemini parts. Take your arms and love. I love me. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and happy birthday to those who are having a birthday. I don't know why that just came out when I'm trying to get to Cancer. So the Five of Wands came out in Leo: competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, tension. So somebody's a little jealous this morning and somebody wants to fight this morning, and it's Leo energy, and they're like, they want to be seen. Somebody wants attention, and it's not gonna happen. It's so funny. Instability, exaggeration, overexertion, strife, changes, freedom, loss. Yeah, somebody doing a lot. Go sit down, please. Leo energy, and there's the moon, which means tapped in, seen it, already clocked it. Bye. Let me sip some cold tea because it's old. Anyway. All right, Cancer. That's because I'm supposed to be in Leo. That's right. It wasn't Cancer. See? Because I just did Gemini. Yeah, hangman. Okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. Somebody trying to stagnate me. I resent all evil back. I let no evil, all things known and unknown. Keep it away from me. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Amen. Balancing night up. Yep. Is that dark pentacle. There go that dark worker. Stay away from me. Leave me alone. Go be with somebody who like you. All right, Cancer. The Fool and the Chariot and the Lovers. The Fool, the Chariot, and the Lovers. So we got Cancer. I guess it's a Gemini Cancer cusp or whatever. We've got Uranus. Yes, the Fool, new beginnings, possibility, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, pleasure. We got the Chariot, movement, progress, action, integration, determination, willpower, control, direction, departure, courage, lovers, love, harmony, relationships, union, partnership, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. And we've got 6, 7, which brings us to a 13, which 4, foundation. So there's a Cancer here. There's a Cancer energy, Uranus, and then we've got Pisces, and then we've got Gemini. Okay, so we've got a lot of emotion out here. We got a lot of emotion, and we also got some retrograde out here. So we've got a little bit of a tumultuous love here. And this is a Cancer reading at 120. It's a bit of a tumultuous love here, so it's moving fast and it's extremely direct. So if there is a Gemini Cancer or a Cancer, dang, it's just Cancer, Gemini Cancer. It's like the man, the woman and the man. Duality, whether or not it's just, and it might just be, no, this is a union. I keep wanting to say that this person, because the Gemini already is back in self-actualization. I think the self-actualization is calling in the lover, which is Cancer. It's a water sign. So there's a water sign that really is trying to move fast toward this air sign, Gemini. Take it as it resonates. I don't know if it's a cusp or not, but when I got the 13, then I got the 4, that's foundation. So someone wants to set up a foundation with you, Cancer or Gemini. Take it as it resonates. But yeah, these are the cards. Gotta put my fingers right there because they naked. You see? So yeah, there's some love here. I don't know if it's, I want to say it's self-love, but I got a feeling that there's somebody trying to come toward you with love. Cancer, Gemini, Cancer. Don't know, cross watcher. Could be any sign, but this is really, really prevalent in the charts. Cancer and Gemini. Cancers are very emotional water signs that are going through a retrograde at this current moment. Next month, everybody's going to be going through a retrograde because it's going to be March. And I think it's from March 15th to April 7th. That's a retrograde. So it's going to be rough. So we've got one small retrograde doing this, and then we've got one big retrograde doing that. So you can only imagine what kind of pattern that that's making, right? So yeah, that's how the retrogrades go. They go in corkscrews. So yeah, this is what that is. So springs, okay. So somebody's going to be celebrating. It is going to turn into a celebration. I guess they're going to be popping stuff, popping streamers or something. So maybe there is a surprise proposal or something coming up, because this is what I'm getting. Yeah. So congratulations to those who are stepping into a holy and divine union. Hey, that's all right. All right, so let's keep it pushing. Let's go, Leo. Let's go. Let's go, Leo. Let's go. Good thing about this is Alex is already dressed and he's down in the kitchen eating. We are having fruit this morning. I have my Cara orange, the ones with the pink flesh on the inside, and he's got grapes, tangerines, blueberries. He's got some applesauce down on the table too. Yeah, every so often it's good to just cleanse out and fruitopia. You got to eat the fruits. Almonds and like dark chocolate too. They're good so that you don't have to be too good. You can be a little naughty. We got the Wheel of Fortune in the World, Leo, which is coming to a 31, which is to the 4 again. So Leo was included in that. I knew it was something. All right, so Leo was included in that foundational message. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, predictability. See, when we say things will get better in life, we don't say that they'll be like not, they'll be perfect. We didn't say that it was going to be easy. We said it was going to be life. But good that the wheel is turning for someone. It's turning in their favor. And this is, I'm going into Leo right now. So definitely when it comes to Leo season, that's when you'll definitely be reaping some of the benefits of the things that you are sowing now. The world, completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life arriving. So somebody might be pregnant or getting pregnant by Leo season. Congratulations. If you don't want that, wrap it up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is fast moving. So by August, we're going to see some beautiful families, or we're going to see some beautiful people who are happy and healed and ready to do this thing again. Okay. I'm here for it. Doesn't always have to be a relationship. Sometimes you just need to come back into yourself so that you can just be happy. You know how many people are just not happy? And every time they see other people, they just think unhappy thoughts. We need to get rid of that. Okay, so let's get it in, Leo. Page of Pentacles. This page has been out here. The Ace of Swords. That's another one. But the Queen of Pentacles, she's been doing her own thing. She's been chilling. Okay, Leo. So we've got manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, diligence, mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, and new conflict surgery. Nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. Okay. Leo, Leo, Leo. We have a one. This is the second time that this one has happened this morning. We have a one with the Page of Pentacles. Okay, this looks like the same exact reading. This is just the one. Nurturing, practical, providing financial, the parent. So somebody is definitely in Leo mode, and by Leo season, you gonna see them step out because they're the Queen of Pentacles. They're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. We have water, air, earth. Oh, she done got it out the mud. You ain't gonna be able to tell her nothing. She harder than a thug. She got it out the mud. She harder than a thug. She got it out the mud. She harder than a thug. She got it out the mud. Yeah, so there's a Leo chick out here or somebody, at least a cross watcher, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Leo. It doesn't matter what sign, you just have them in there. Moon rising, all that good stuff. Yeah, so by Leo season, we gonna see some people step, some big steppers. Everybody's gonna be stepping out. That's on the North Node. We're definitely going to have some people that are the one. They are the one, not the two, but the one. So yeah, we're coming back into a time of alignment, of extreme alignment. We're coming back into a point of creativity that we haven't seen in some time. And now's the time. Hone your talents, hone yourself, be aware of yourself. You shouldn't be able to come outside and people are able to disrobe you of your characteristics and your personality so easy. They shouldn't be able to disarm you of your own self. You are your own weapon. So why would you let someone take you and stab you with it? Okay. Your body is not a battlefield. You're not supposed to be using your body to fight against other people, the forces of the world. You're supposed to be using your body to fight against yourself and to become back and actualize yourself and to come back to yourself and to love yourself. Okay. And once you're able to love yourself, it'll be so much easier to know who else you're not supposed to be loving and to know who you are supposed to be loving. And remember, you're only supposed to have one partner at the end of the day. It's okay if you do trial and error, but don't stay there if you're not supposed to be there because you're holding someone else's union up, you know? So if that's not your union and you're not crazy about that person and that person's not crazy about you, it doesn't have to be rocket science and you don't have to be on your way to the hospital or to jail to find that out. The things are there. It wasn't convincing. It's not all that. It didn't get like it was supposed to be. You had post nut clarity, and that's always a sign. If you cannot like a person like right after that activity, you didn't like them before. You just wanted a release and you were pretty bored. Your body's not a battlefield, once again. Okay, so that's that for Leo. That's basically, we're all going to be on our popping our collars, the ones that are actually doing the shadow work and doing the things that they have to do to get back into them. Yeah, they're going to be out here. We're going to see some beautiful people knowing that they're beautiful and acting beautiful again. What a wonderful time to be alive. All right, let's go. Let's go. I think this is Virgo. I should know by now, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is back out, Ace of Swords, and the Chariot. Like, what? And you saw me shuffle. So she's back out here in Virgo. So we have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Ace of Swords, 7. So we have an 8. So this is about to go karmic. Somebody's about to get a karmic lesson in this one, in Virgo season. Nurturing, practical, providing, working parent, mental clarity, breakthroughs, movement, progress, integration, new conflict. Okay. So in Virgo season, it looks like whatever happened in Leo season, Virgo doesn't feel quite part of. Why? Sagittarius and Capricorn. And Cancer. Okay, so fire, earth, and water. Then somebody is hardened. Somebody has a hard mind, a hard heart. It's very hard to get to them. It's very hard to process them. It's very hard for them to open their heart. So while they might want to be practical, nurturing, and providing financially and all this good stuff, it's something hard about them. It's something hard pressed about them that doesn't allow them to be nurturing, practical, providing financially, and a working parent. But they're coming into awareness of this. And this is karma. So right now they're going to be going through a bit of judgment. So they're having a tower moment. Because this is what this Ace of Swords is: mental clarity and movement. So that means things are moving around in their life and readjusting so that they could see where they are, as opposed to this nurturing, practical, providing financially, and working parent. This person has a journey of self-awareness to come back to. This is a person that definitely needs to do some self-actualization work. And it's going to start with either their peers telling them the truth or them seeking the truth. Because sometimes people could be so annoying that people stop telling them the truth because they don't process it, or they keep asking why questions or dumb questions. So eventually some people just stop telling you stuff, period, because instead of you embrace the truth, you like to dissect it to the point where it's exhausting and no one wants to explain anything to you anymore, because you want to misunderstand it, because you don't want to understand that it is you that is difficult to deal with. So if you just make it difficult to explain, then people stop explaining to you and you get to feel comfortable for another 5, 10 minutes, 20 days, or whatever, 20 years, who knows. But this is why your friendships and your people that come into your life, it's kind of hard, it's kind of difficult, it's kind of complex. They don't stay for long, or if they do stay, it's either they're going to give you bad advice or they're not going to give you any advice, or they're going to let you take your own advice and you still end up in the same spaces. It's because you're exhausting to be around, but you want to be around people. Oh boy, that's tiring. This person is making me want to take a nap. Yeah, so it's somebody who's really exhausting. It's a Virgo, or Virgo in their chart or something like that. They're exhausting. They want everything. They want to benefit everything. They want access to everything, but they don't know that they don't. The energy they put out shuts doors. It's like a desperation. It's a begging. It's like, oh, pick me, or I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. Oh, are you going? Can I come? That sort of thing. And it's like they're exhausting. And then you have to end up explaining very trivial things to a person who you deem as an adult, who will say, you're not my dad, or you're not my mom, or I'm grown, but in the same sense, act in a childish manner and make a childish decision. This person is truly exhausting. Yikes. Get me away from this person. Yeah, Virgo, I cannot stay over here with you. I just wanted to go back to sleep. Because if I had to interact with a person who wants the status of being an adult while still wanting to live life as a child, no, stay away from me. Get away from me. That's a paradox I am not willing to handle. I am not willing to handle. Like, I can get if you're a free spirit, you're a happy spirit, and you have a sunny disposition, but you're still making adult decisions and doing adult things. But for you to actually want to be held in the regard of an adult while actively being childish and making childish decisions and making childish consequences, yeah, I don't want to be around you. You're exhausting. Exhausting. Excuse me for a second. My lip is dry. There we go. Okay, so now we're back to yeah, we're gonna get out of Virgo. We're Leo. Libra. Hi, Libra. Not crazy about them either, but they're the scales and it's justice. So yeah, come on, Libra, step it up. Okay, let's go. All right, Libra, let's go. You've got a challenge off the break, and then you've got the 3, which means you're a 10. So you've got a 10, so it's coming to completion. The challenge is complete. The Empress is complete. The King of Wands is complete in Libra. So we balance out the scales. We've got a Leo, we've got feminine energy, we've got Scorpio and Sagittarius. Was a very passionate, fiery type of situation here. And there's a no. The challenge says there's a no. So you will not be getting the Empress. And there's a yes. She will be going forward toward the King of Wands. And he's going to be in Scorpio, Sagittarius energy, which means he's going to be free moving. He's going to be very passionate, and he's going to adore the heck out of her. And he's got a big ass wand. I just couldn't help but notice that. It's huge. It's huge. I'm excited. It's huge. So, this is the Seven in Libra, and this says basically you've got battles, you got an uphill battle, and you got to stay there and battle it, okay? And it's Leo energy, so in Leo season, you're definitely going to be sitting there in that energy, regaining or losing control, mastery choices. So you got to self-master yourself. You've got to master your battles. You've got to get through it. It's going to be okay. You will get through it eventually. But in the meantime, in between time, the woman that you're trying to go towards is not even worried about you. She's sitting here on her throne and she's looking straight forward. She ain't even looking to the side. And there's a dude looking right at her with the slang in his fang. I'm trying to tell you. But look, she chilling. She cool. She cool. She cool. She cool. How is you cool? Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah. Right. So abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. Tea? Yes. Coffee? Yes. We're polite. Yeah, so excellent communication and creativity, someone who is generally optimistic. So someone has a very sunny disposition, and you're not going to be able to go toward this person. They are in 3 energy, which means they are creating, they are abundant, and they do it again and every day and twice on Sunday. Okay. And then we've got the King of Wands. He is, look, let me tell you, this man is alert. His back is straight. And he is sitting here. He like, serve him up. Yeah, he's look. He not even sitting back in his throne. He's sitting up, and he got that thing erect, girl. Ugh. And damn thing is long. It go wow. I like his green shoes. And he got a little lizard. Yeah, so sucks to be you, Libra, because this hot baddie, this hot chick, oh she cute. Look at her. You see her? She cute. I like her face. Whoever drew this had good art. Like you can really see everything. I like her neck roll pillow, her crown. She has like golden wheat. Boy, she's got abundant land and she's got water. She's got a buckler. She got a shield and stuff. I like this lady. She's good. You'll like her too. But you ain't gonna like her more than he like her. Look at him. Ooh, I like stories like this. So there's a guy that's bringing a girl a horse. And she's gonna like it. I don't think she's ever ridden a horse like that, quite like that before. So okay, so there's a Empress, Divine Feminine. She's been living her life. She's been doing things. She's made mistakes. She's made accomplishments. She's done everything. And a lot of it happened with this person who's now stuck in battles, right? However, from the white here, whatever this man's coming to give her, she never had nothing like it. This is all new. This is all new energy. He looks new. She looks new. Look how new he looks. This is all new energy. When these two people get together, there will be no history. I'll be like, who that? They're gonna forget that they ever dated, they ever had anybody. If they ever been married, they're gonna forget that they've been married. If they not a virgin, they're gonna think that they were the whole time. Like I ain't never had like this, so everything before now was nothing, right? Yeah, so somebody's going toward this type of situation. They're going toward a situation that's going to make this a whole new world, a brand new place I never knew. Ooh. Cause when we're way up here, it's crystal clear. Now I found a whole new world with you. Yeah. All right. So hopefully it's not a modern day Aladdin because he's probably got to get some stuff expunged off his record. But someone's going to a whole new world. They're going on that magic carpet ride. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No pun intended in case we got some studs or lesbians around. That magic carpet ride can mean a lot of different things. All right, let's go. We're got out of Libra. We're going into Scorpio. We're going into the passionate poos. Passionate. Some of them can be some hoes, though. But I'm just saying. Passionate. Passionate. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up very soon because we got Scorpio, and my last person will be Capricorn because we started off in Aquarius. I didn't even look at what was at the bottom. The Fool is here. Scorpio, are you about to get married? Are you going to put it down on somebody? Are you the one with the third leg? Because what just popped out here was the Queen of Swords. With your fine self. You go. Ooh. Ooh, third party. So it's a third party. Either it's an organization, a group of people, one person, or you're about to go into a celebration. Let's just look. Let's find out. Knight of Swords. Here he go with this tatted damn vest. Here you go. Why you keep wanting to play games with us? All right, here we go. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, perceptive. She got the sword and she like come hither. Look, she got the sword up and she like come in, come in, come in. I bet you I cut your head off. Come in. She funny. She might not, but she ready. She just letting you know. She like a little closer, little bit closer. Come here. Funny. Okay, so teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, building something. Somebody's building something, building a case, building a life setup. Something's happening, right? Then we got the Knight of Wands energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. Oh, so he ready to rip it out. He trying to come. So I don't know. It looked like it's a conflict between this Queen of Swords and this Knight of Wands. And because she got a sword and he got a wand, there's that circumcision. She might have to cut this dude down. I'm trying to tell you. She might have to cut you down, Scorpio. Because this is Virgo, Libra energy, Capricorn. Then we got Pisces and we got Leo. Yeah, it's a lot of people out here. Okay, Scorpio. Excuse me. That's karma. Excuse me. 4 weeks in February, karma. Very karmic time. From one retrograde to two retrogrades. Okay, so Queen of Swords, Scorpio, 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 Queen of Swords, and it's Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, no, no, Cancer, Leo energy. Yeah, you got a Knight of Wands headed towards you, headed your way in this tattered clothing. I don't know what the hell he got going on. He's got his wand in his hand. He's got his foot thrust forward, so he's very impulsive right now. He's just trying to hurry up and make the offer to you before somebody else get into your face. But the fact that you got the sword up and you're like, come on over here, bye, you about to cut his head off. Which head? I don't know. That's there you go, that circumcision. You either about to cut him in the head or you about to cut him in the heart. Either way, someone please call 911. Tell him I just got shot down with a bullet through my heart. Tell him the assailant was what? How she was? She was like she was 5'1". So you got somebody really short. Shut up. You got somebody short about to cut you off. So somebody's either short-tempered, or something. They're going to be short with you. They about to cut you off, shawty. So this Knight of Wands that's headed toward this Queen of Swords, she about to put you in your place. She about to cut you down because you coming with all this ego and this impulsiveness. And she already talked to her spirit guide. She didn't talk to her friends. She didn't talk to her family. She didn't consulted with somebody about what you coming in here to do. And she ain't for it. So come over here, boy. She's about to cut your head off. Off with the heads. Off with the heads. Bloody Jabberwocky! Off with their heads. Alice in Wonderland. All right, so we only got a 3 here, so get creative. It's about to get funky. It's about to get funky. Tap, 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 tap. Come on. Somebody about to do the Cupid shuffle. Oh my God. So you about to be running around here offering your wand a little bit of everybody until you find somewhere to lay your damn head at. This is what it seemed like. You is running around trying to find somewhere to be secure at. And this is why when you get to this woman, she gonna cut you down short. She gonna cut you down to the quick because you know you're raggedy. This is what I'm talking about them clothes. You know you've been raggedy to this woman and you want to come offer her something off the hill or something. Boy, if you don't go ahead. FOH. Capital letters. All right, Scorpio. You got somebody to cut off, whether it be a man to a woman or a woman to a man, somebody need to be cut to the quilt because they think it's all that, and it ain't. It ain't. They don't know. Ain't nobody never told them. They've been nice so far, and it's time for you to step up and let them know the truth. Look, for all of how you act, you can't. No, no, it's not all that for you to be like that. You ain't running game on me, and you raggedy. That's crazy. Room to do what? Room to do what? Hit this rope. Hang yourself. And I don't promote violence. Where they do that at? Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, we. Sagittarius, let's go. We got the 6 right off the top. I like that for Sagittarius because Sagittarius is the other part of the 6, 6 and a 6. And the reason why we're halves and halves is because we're only supposed to have 10 months. They put August in something and something. 2 of these months ain't supposed to be. We're only supposed to have 10 months. It's supposed to be 10 months. So it's supposed to be 5 and 5. So this is why I say it's from Gemini to Sagittarius. That's the mirror sign. So Sagittarius is here with the bully, right? We got the Taurus energy right here. We got the bully just sitting right in front of us, in between us, right here. Here, what you coveting. All right, giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, sharing. What I say about coveting? What are you coveting? What do you want that you haven't worked for, but you feel entitled to have it? Oh, mental clarity, breakthroughs, ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. Oh, the reason why you don't have that mental clarity is because you be on BS all the time. Queen of Pentacles, here you go. See, this the issue here. Movement, balance, solutions, harmony, healing, empathy. Yes. Giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, sharing. Okay. See, you're in Taurus energy. And what a Taurus will do with their raggedy ghetto selves, especially if they're in South Node, they will hold something as cheap as respect away from you. They will try to sell you water out of your own faucet only because they're the one getting it. And you got a Sagittarius that feels entitled to everything and did nothing to earn it. So they want you to just give it to them because they appear nurturing. However, this is a 6 and a 1 and not another number. This is completion of a cycle of completion. This person has to actually face their own bull crap, right? So giving, sharing, wealth, generosity, mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, nurturing, practical, providing financially. So we got Taurus to the air, to the Sag, to the Capricorn. This person is going to have to learn to be a little bit more generous when it comes to being nurturing, practical, and being a parent. This person is going to have to learn how to master their own abundance and their own mental clarity. It is not good for you to always bring chaos into a situation and ask for others to help you attain mental clarity when you're not a very nurturing person. I can tell you what this looks like. Say you have a busy friend, and this friend, when they come to you, each time they come to you in chaos. They come to you with issues. They need $1, they need a 20, they need advice, they need a space, they need your couch, they need the bathroom, they need something. They always need something, right? So they always asking you for advice. However, they don't really usually take it. And not only do they not take it after they have you run your mouth until it's dry, they're also not reciprocal. They're not nurturing. They don't hear you when you have problems. They never have a sandwich. They can't cook. They don't clean their house. So usually when you go over there, you end up cleaning up for at least 5 minutes trying to find a place to sit. They always need toilet paper or a favor or a 5 or a 20 or 100 until next payday. This is why you can't be friends with people who are always coveting what you have. And sometimes it doesn't look like coveting, it just looks like they're needy. Well, really, they're trying to exhaust all of your resources so that you don't have it. even though they're still going to need it and they're not regenerating their own. It's just that they haven't clued into that part yet. Right now, they're just worried about right now. Exhausting. So if you have a Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, ghetto Taurus in your energy, and they're sucking your resources, they're eating all your food, they're using all your sugar, they're using all your milk, they're burning out your gas, they're running up your BG&E bill. They just always on your phone running up your data. It's always something, or they just you running out of space in your mental capacity to keep memory. You're running out of memory because they keep filling it with bull crap. And they keep asking you for advice that they don't take. And you the problem. Yeah. Get away from that person. Oh my gosh, this is the second exhausting, or maybe the third exhausting reading for the day, because Virgo just took me out. Yeah, I'm getting out of you, Sagittarius, because somebody is in the South Node, and this is that 7. Okay, so going forward, damn, I'm trying to breathe. It's like heaviness on my heart. This person, if you are in this reading and you are adverse to the truth, please start off and go somewhere where they're going to tell you something that makes you feel better. I'm just giving you advice so that you can be aware of how you come off to people. You don't give, you take, 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 take. Even if you bring the liquor to the party, the fact that you are the reason why people need to continue to drink, to keep listening to that bullshit. You didn't bring nothing. You are exhausting. You need to bring something in order to trade for the exhaustion that you leave. Yeah. Get away from that person. Make them aware. Do not enable or encourage a person who you know is exhausting like that, and intentionally exhausting. Ugh, can't take it. Get me out of here. Capricorns, you are last but never the least. Please come over here with your stoic, big, loving-hearted self. Even though nobody really knows it unless they get to know you. And there's so many layers. You're like the onion. You're like a Vidalia onion. They're sweet and they have layers. But if you don't know about a Vidalia, you won't go get it. You'll just get a yellow onion or a white onion or a red onion. But there's good things in a Vidalia. Have you ever taken like 5 Vidalias, sliced them up very, very thin, and sliced up some beef very, very thin? You don't need a lot of seasoning, but I'm trying to tell you, that is good. I think it's Liberian. I used to work with some guys from Liberia, and they used to have that. It was beef and onions with, I think it was basmati rice. It wasn't regular rice. It was like basmati rice. It was aromatic rice. Oh my gosh. The Vidalia onions, if you season them right and you put enough in it, because you don't need no water, you put the beef in there with like, I'm going to say, just to be safe, 8 to 9 Vidalia onions sliced up thinly. Your family will love you. It's not even that hard. It's, oh my God, it's so good. It makes me want to go buy Vidalia onions today and slice up a nice premium slice, pick a beef and cook it down. Oh my God, my mouth is watering. I need to do that. That sounds good. Oh, we got the Page of Swords. New ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways communicating, restless energy. That was my energy. Sorry, it came out. I'm thinking of this dish. I'm going to fix this dish. It's good. And it's got a lot of antioxidants in it, and it's good for your skin and your nails. Not so good for your breath, though. But people shouldn't be that close that don't care about you. So, yeah. Damn, that dish. All right, so we've got a lot of opportunities, which is an 8-inch karmic. So we having some good karma and some bad karma coming out, and we have someone trying to escape. They're trying to get away. They're trying to travel to calmer waters. Maybe a change of environment will do nicely for some of us, both chosen and unchosen, both karmic and unkarmic. Movement is good for all of us. Yeah. And that's Aquarius and Sagittarius energy. Why did you guys come out together? Aquarius and Sagittarius energy. My hands are up. I digress. Anyway, so yeah, that part. All right, Capricorn, let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. What time is it? Because the sun should be up. Yep, it's almost 6 o'clock. And I've already did most of the things that I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go and fix some breakfast sausage to go around with that fruit. Because now I'm thinking of beef and Vidalia onions. Vidalia onions. God, that's going to be so good. I haven't had it in a while. My mouth is watering. I haven't had it in a while. It's so good. Mm. Oh my gosh. And you know what? That roast, I had like that 3.5 pound chuck roast that I made, right? So we didn't eat it all. That was too much beef for just the two of us, right? So I cut it up and I put it in the freezer. I put it in the bag in the freezer. So now all I gotta do is, I think I got enough to get 5 Vidalia onions and chop them up and put that beef in there a little bit after I get the onions cooked now. And oh my gosh, dinner is already cooked and I ain't even got there yet. All right, Capricorn, let's go. I'm so greedy. I'm hungry right now. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I don't want no fruit. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to fast and I'm going to wait. So we've got 18 out here. We got the 10 and then we got the 3 and then we got the 5, right? We got the 8, the 10, the 3, and the 5. And that brings us to 18, which brings us to 9 of cups. So somebody is almost complete. And this is the Capricorn, the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got Jupiter energy here. You may or may not be retrograding right now if you're a Capricorn and Jupiter. But Jupiter rules Cancer, Pisces, and hold up, I wrote it down. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Pisces, and Cancer. So if you're going through a lot of karmic judgment right now, a lot of things right now, it's a karm. Not only is it a karmic time in a month, it's Jupiter retrograde for those signs that I did mention, which is Pisces, Sagittarius, and Cancer. Cancer is going to go through it the most because they're already very emotional beings as well, and they are really good about duality. But also, the retrograde is going to be higher for them because they're exalted more in the moon. They share 2 planets in the moon. They do the moon and Jupiter. So they're going to retrograde a lot deeper. It's going to be more intense for them. They're going to need space. You might not even understand half of what the hell they're trying to explain to you, but trust me, they know what the hell they're talking about. Leave them to it. It's not your job to understand it. So yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is turning for some people. Fortunately, Capricorn, you may or may not be retrograding personally, depending on if you have any of those signs in your chart. It depends on the intensity. If it is in Cancer, it is going to be intense. Okay. Pisces, you guys are very high spiritualists, whether you know it or not. You guys are very high on a spirit chart. So a lot of people don't understand you at times, and they do, depending on how you appear to the world. If you are aesthetically pleasing, you can be as confusing as all hell. People will still gravitate to you because you have a natural amount of charisma. Not to say that they won't get confused and irritated and want to get away from you after they discover you. I'm just saying that they're going to naturally gravitate and want to see what's going on with you over there. I didn't say that they would stay. But yeah, that's for Pisces that might be in retrograding. You're trying to understand why you have the gravitational pull that you do have is because you also have you also have a rapport with the moon, and you are gravitational. You have a natural magnetic pull to you. However, it's usually on the outside. Once a person starts to open that pinata, a lot of times if you don't have a lot of good substance going on in the inside, you're not good at retaining people, but you are good at meeting people. You can meet anybody. Everybody wants to come and meet you. Does everybody want to stay? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So that's for you to pay attention to. If you have the Pisces in your chart, if you're a Capricorn, and because Jupiter is ruling and it's your retrograde. Like I said, Cancer, Pisces, and Sag. If you have any of those things in your chart, Capricorn, you're going through a little bit of a personal crisis, little paradigm shift, little midlife crisis. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small. It all depends on how you address it, how you react to it. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable, fate, ups and downs, unpredictable. So, depending on where you are in your life, Capricorn, you may be going through ups and downs, but this is life. If you're not, this is the thing, you're alive. If something's not happening to you good, something's happening to you bad, or nothing's happening at all. Either way, you're living, right? So to have a blank slate is to not be living. There's no such thing as perfect, but there is such thing as effort. So let's never let those two things go. And yeah, wow. Do you see that? Wow. So you see that, you see the research and the knowledge happening at the highest points, right? But you also see there's research and happening at the lowest points, as above so below. But do you see the figures? Do you see the sphinx, which actually reminds me of a griffin? It's only that they don't have wings. It reminds me of the sphinx. And then you see this character, this demonic character under there, right? It's like a jackal. It looks like a jackal to me. That's look like a jackal. So you have to understand that this world is filled with figures that we can see, and some things we just don't understand, right? And this is what I was just talking about with the Pisces. The Pisces are creatures that we really don't understand. You have to really go into introspecting it. Even if you've known a Pisces all your life, sometimes you still don't know the Pisces, because sometimes the Pisces doesn't even know either. So and keep that in mind if you do have Pisces in your chart, because this is a Capricorn reading. So yeah, it's a lot you'll discover as the wheels turn. It's a lot that you have discovered, but you need to be reminded every so often that there are things in this world that are not explainable. Although we experience them, they're not explainable. So be patient with yourself. Everything can't be explained. It just can't be. Okay, so now we have the three, which is a celebration, friendship, collaboration, creativity, friendship, community, happiness. Here I go with this lavender pencil again. All right, girl. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah. I'll say this about lavender marriages, and I mentioned it before. A lavender marriage isn't a bad marriage if that's what you chose. If that's what you went into consciously, you went into a lavender marriage. Some people actually sit down and love people enough to tell them the truth and to give people the option of whether they want to leave or stay. And this is what I wanted to say about that. If this is what you chose, be happy, be content, and don't overexert yourself trying to make other people understand what you have going on. I've met people who are good with lavender marriages. I've also met some quite older folk who are doing well in life. They were not breadcrumbed. They picked a polyamory life. Like I know of somebody that lives in California and she's a partner, and that works for her. That's what she chose because she didn't want to be in a conventional situation. You see, stop allowing outside validation to keep you from living your true is self, but also stop trying to be the outside validation for people who don't want to be in your lifestyle or in your circle. People should be able to pick and choose how they want to live their lives without harming other people, unintentionally and intentionally. So this is what made me stop when I saw this pencil, because I see this is a tool, and but it's lavender, and I addressed the issue with this pencil before. If you want a lavender marriage and that's the best arrangement for you, and it brings you satisfaction in your life and all parties agree, then embrace it. don't be secretive about that part, because it make it looks as though you know it's wrong when you hide a thing like that. If it is a good thing, then why should it be hidden? There should be better representations of it if it is a good thing. You understand? When you keep trying to hide it and put a unfair amount of mystery behind something that you deem to be good, you leave room for people to have bad conversations and narrations about it. Not to say that you have to accept it, but the thing about it is, if it's good, then you will not explain, you will display properly, you will present properly, you will represent properly. Like, if you are indeed in that, then the woman knows, and you all hang out, and you all pick out clothes, and you all hang out, and when his boyfriend comes over, you guys decide whether or not he's going to be partnering with you or him that day, or you guys pick two colors and you guys sync up, something like that. But I say, if you're going to do something, I believe it should be done well, or don't do it at all. It should be done in good taste. You understand? Because if it can't be done in good taste, then it's bad taste. But then we have to look at you, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I had to say something about this lavender marriage, and I also had to say something about polyamory, because some people actually choose it, some people function well in it, and it works well for those people. But if you see a person and that's not their thing, and it's not your job to convince them, it's not your job to push them, coerce them, or manipulate the situation so that that's all they have left, because that's what you want to do. Let people live peacefully, and you will live peacefully too. Okay, so that's what I had to say about that as far as uh, Capricorn is concerned, because people like to try to push their ideas on people. If you get upset at the Jehovah Witness knocking at your door, then how do you think somebody feels when you keep knocking on them and trying to put some information on them that they didn't ask for either? Some of you wake people up out of their sleep and ask them for shit that they didn't want to give you while they were sleeping. They weren't dreaming about giving it to you. So why in the hell would I want to wake up while I'm sleeping and give it to you? Like, it's certain things, you know. You guys are selectively outrageous. Selectively outrageous. Like, you'll be outraged if someone did that to you, but you don't want anybody, the audacity for anybody to be outraged. You feel me? If you do it to them, like, what? Yeah, so that's what I had to say about that. I don't know. This card made me think of that. It made me think of that, and how the retrograde and how things happen. And what if you have a partner in the house that's retrograding and they're weird, or they got into it for all the wrong reasons. They thought that when they got into it, they were going to sway the situation to where it turned out into a traditional situation for them, or some other kind of way. And it's like, that's why it's good to review things. It's good to go back over things to make sure that things are still in alignment and they're still in agreement, because sometimes you have to adjust. Sometimes somebody has to get kicked out of the house. Sometimes people have to leave, you know. So with that, and then we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, and this is my last card. Oh boy. Institutions, tradition, religion, society, and its rules, social approval, conformity, forgiveness, bonded, mercy, wisdom, and trust. Wow, it seems like I didn't even look at this card when I drew it. I just was talking to you about the three cups. I didn't even look at the Hierophant, but basically that's basically what I just covered when I was talking about the lavender marriage and the polyamory and all that stuff. And and make sure you're not being a bigamist. Depending on what state you are in, what country or what state, it's illegal to keep marrying people and taking on spouses and things of that nature. And also, I think in the near future, it's going to be illegal. I know it's illegal in a couple states where you can't future fake. Like, to have a discussion with somebody and make somebody up in their life and their finances and you had no intentions of following through, that's also going to be coming into discussions and going to be made into a law eventually. As far as a lot, there's going to be a lot more family laws put into place because the breakdown of the family has been very, very costly to the whole entire world. It's very costly in so many ways that have nothing to do with money. So, as we get back into alignment with our things, we have the Hierophant, and this is the institutions, traditions, religion, society, and its rules: social approval, conformity, forgiveness, bonded mercy, wisdom, and trust. And that's basically just piggybacking on what I was just saying, as far as knowing how you want to live, being authentic and being true to yourself, and true representation of a good situation. If it is a good situation, then everybody can benefit from it. If it is a bad situation, then you need to have a hard talk with yourself and your peers who feel that way. We're trying to go along and get along, but we're trying to stop the people from getting over, because that's we're running a high karmic debt because of the people who've gotten over. You understand? The people who fly under the radar, knowing that that shit wasn't right. You understand? So this is where we're at, and this is global. This isn't just a local thing. This isn't just across the street thing, a next door thing. This isn't a peer to peer thing. This isn't a cashier thing. This is a worldwide thing. This is man to woman, woman to child, man to child. This is cross all boards. We need to come into some type of alignment because we're so off kilter, we're off axis. um Atlas, the guy who carries the world, the globe, that guy, he's sick of us. Atlas is ready to just, double hand throw us. You feel me? He's like, I'm sitting here bearing the weight of this on my back. I don't ask anybody to come take turns with me. The least you can do is get it together on that rock and stop unequally distributing the weight on me. Okay? And this is what I mean by world balance. Atlas, he's doing a great job of holding us at that nice pivot. You feel me? So, you know how pivoting happens. If you pivot, you have to be strong. Your core strength is being affected. And when it's knocked off balance and your inertia, I know I'm getting sciencey for some, but yeah, your inertia is knocked off, and yeah, Atlas is sick of us. Okay, so grab your globes, the globe of your world. And remember, don't come for me because someone's spinning you. Love you. Bye bye.